Stampers, this is Trevis. So today for our video, we are going to make a little candy basket. And so Valentine's Day is approaching, but you could make this for any occasion. You could make a really cute Easter one because what do you need baskets for, right? Easter. But nonetheless, I am going to make one for Valentine's Day. And I want to show you the finished product first, and then I'll show you the process, how I came up with it. So this is my finished project, okay? All filled with yummies, right? And I used strips of designer series paper to complete it. So let's get started today. I'm going to show you, there's no stamping. Zero, although I probably will make tags for these. That would be really cute, right? I might even use the rainbow, cute little tag that's in that rainbow dies. But anyway, the designer series paper that I'm loving and I'm using is the Sweet Talk. Okay, so I'm using strips of that paper, and I'm using cardstock for the base, give it a little more substance. I tried making it with just designer series paper, too wobbly, too weak to hold candy. So I am going to use cardstock, and I'm using different colors of cardstock, so I'm just going to show you kind of the process. You definitely need your paper trimmer. You need liquid glue, scissors, and I'm going to attach my handle with my little stapler, my tiny attacher that we used to sell. We don't anymore, but have a stapler, right? To really keep it secure. This one I just glued, which worked, but I think the stapler works better. So let's get started. Okay, so what I do first is I cut 6x6 pieces of cardstock. And this is, I'm using all different colors, right? So this one is Blushing Bride. And then there's Pool Party. So just look at the designer series paper and see what colors are in there. This one I used Highland Heather as the base for the basket. Okay, so you can see it's not huge, but I think it's so adorable. And it's rather secure. I mean, that did hold nicely. Okay, so I'm going to use my paper trimmer. So we have 6x6, right? So we're going to do a lot of scoring. So the first score line you want to do is you want to do 1 1/4. Okay, so you're going to score 1 1/4, and then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to do 1 1/4 again. Okay, so you have 2 score lines so far. Okay, then you're going to go to this sides, the opposite sides, and you're going to do 1 3/4 and then a 1/2 inch. I know it seems weird that you're not doing the same, but trust me, it's going to come out perfect. Okay, then you're going to flip this around, and you're going to do 1 3/4 and you're going to do a 1/2. Okay, so this side gets 2 score lines. Okay, so you have all your score lines now. Okay, all right, so now the next step is, as you're looking, and if you have a Simply Scored, works perfect for this. You can do this on your Simply Scored. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to hold it this way, and so you have the you have the 1/2 inch at the bottom and the top. Okay, so you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut up to that second score line. So here's 1 2. Then you're going to cut up to the next, on the next side, okay? And then you're going to flip it over. You're going to do the same thing, all right? So basically what you're doing is this one that had the extra, you're going to cut that off just on the corners. So cut that off and just cut those little corners off. But don't cut this piece. Leave that piece intact, okay? Then I just take up and I just take my scissors and I just eyeball it to make like a little flap. Okay, so this piece that you've already cut up to the score line, you're going to take it and you're just going to wedge it in. I'm calling it a wedge. Okay, same thing on this side. take it up to the line. Take it up to the line. And you know, you can cut off a little extra. It's perfectly fine. And same thing on this one. So you're going to do it to all 4 of these flaps. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you want to have, so this is 6 by 6. So what you want to have here is 7 by 1 1/4. And this is going to make your handle. So this is 7 inches long by 1 1/4. Okay. All right. Now you're going to take these score lines and you're just going to fold them in like that, right? You're going to score in all your score lines towards the center, okay, till you have it like that. All right. Now we're going to assemble, and what I'm going to do now is just put some liquid glue. Flip it over so you have the outside, and you're going to put glue on all these flaps. I'm going to do 2 at a time. Don't over glue because it just squeezes out. Okay? So, and then you're going to take this and you're going to put that glue part on the inside of your basket. So, inside of your basket. I mean, you're going to put designer series paper on the outside, so if you actually make a mistake and you glue it to the outside, it's not a catastrophe because you're going to cover up the majority of it with designer series paper. But I think it looks neater to have it on the inside. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing with these 2. So you're going to put glue and glue. It's just easier to do 2 at a time. I mean, you can do all 4 if you want. Maybe you're neater than me. Okay, and again, I put that on the inside. Just square this up on the end like that. Square this one up on the end. You have a little bit of jiggle time, right? Okay, and then you have these flaps, right? And this is going to actually secure it. So you're going to look at the inside. You got designers, you got cardstock stuck to your fingers, and you're going to fold that in and hold it. Okay, I'm just going to hold that down till it's secure. So the cool thing about our Tombow glue is it dries pretty quickly and it is super strong. So whatever glue you decide to use, I mean, you can use any glue you want. If you decide you want to use tear and tape, hey, go for it and see if that works good for you. I just think this is easier for me. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my bone folder. I'm going to make sure that that sticks. Okay, I'm going to hold it for just a few seconds. All right. Now, what I want to do now is I want to cut my strips of, go ahead and cut my strips of designer series paper. And for this one, I think, I'm going to get rid of some of this trash. For this one, I think I'm going to use, let's see, what do I have left here? I think I'm going to cut some of this. Isn't this so cute? So what I want to do is cut these in 1-inch strips. Okay, because you'll see why. So I'm going to cut these in 1-inch strips. And I think I need probably 2 of them because I need one for the handle. So I'm going to cut 2 of these. Okay. And then I'm going to cut these. I'm going to make one. For this one, I'm going to cut this one. I think it's, yeah. So I'm going to cut this one 6 inches. Okay, so actually what I'm ending up with here, this is going to go on this handle. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. Oh, that is so cute, that paper. So stinking cute. And this is a great way to use up your designer series paper too, right? So if you have strips already cut, woohoo, you've already surpassed some of the work. I got paper stuck to me everywhere, okay? That's the problem with glue is you will, and so you're just gonna center that, from end to end. So it's not going to go to the ends because some of that's going to get hidden, right? So you don't need to worry about putting designer series paper all the way to the end. Now, you have this piece, and now what we're going to do is cut this by 3 1/4. We need 2 that are 3 1/4. So you're going to do one at 3 1/4 and another one at 3 1/4. Okay. So you have 2 of those, and then you need 2 that are 2 1/4. Okay, so those are for the ends. So these are for the length of the basket here, and then these shorties are for the ends. Okay, so I need another 2 1/4. So you need 2 of each. All right. Okay, so we have all the cutting done, and now it's assembly time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to assemble. So this is already glued on, which is great. So before I glue this on, I'm going to attach this with my tiny attacher. Okay. And this works so easy. So feel free if you want to glue, whatever you want to do. But I'm stapling mine, and those staples are going to get covered up. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put my glue. This glue's getting close to the end. It doesn't want to come out very much, but I'm going to cover up those staples with my designer series paper. See? Hidden. Ha! And then this one on this side. And there we go. Okay. And then we have these 2 ends. Just glue at the same time. These are for the ends. So these are 1 by 2 1/4, and they fit perfectly on there, and they're going to give you a nice little edge border. Okay. Okay, so there is your little basket. Now, what I did with mine is I did put some raffia in the bottom. I put some brown raffia in the bottom, and then I just started stacking candy in there. So I have like 3 different kinds of candy. So there's your little basket. It's a nice weight. It's got some substance to it. So hope you enjoyed this video, and go make a basket. Talk to you later. Bye.